Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we have a double dose of artillery for you. In the first one we're going to be in the Thunderdome, everybody's favorite, the biggest gun in the game, T92 HMC. It is a monster, everybody knows it, but that's not why I'm showing you guys this match. I am just so happy that I can play artillery and be effective again. Alright, people have been calling me out and saying, "Oh, Spartan, if you're complaining about the OP artillery and how terrible they are, then it's something to do with you." I'm like, dude, I've really got over 2,000 games played in one artillery piece alone. I don't think I suddenly forgot how to arty. But, you know, I'm not a complete jerk all the time, just when I need to be. And now, after the patch, all of a sudden, I've learned how to arty again. Funny how that works. But it's all in my head, right? Couldn't be anything. So right off the bat, the usual. I get sighted in downrange and people are sitting here. So I see shots and look at this gorgeous WZ. Pow! 875. I actually splashed 3 tanks with that one shot. Didn't really do a whole lot of damage on any of them, but I did hit the WZ perfectly with a 240mm howitzer and only managed 875 damage on him. And there's the other 2 tanks I hit. I hit the AMX and I believe it's the ST1? No, T10. I was close. It's Russian. But anyway, so I'm looking for another... Oh, hello E75. You're driving broadside on to a massive howitzer. And... oh, I was really hoping he'd keep going. Can't hit him. Can't really hit him. So I know I can't hit the T30, even though I'd love to. But look at this E100. He's just going to keep pushing. And... shot out. Pow! Right into the back quarter panel of the E100 for another good hit. We're up to 4 hits, even though it's really only 2. 4 hits and 2 shots, not bad. Now, I call these guys out. I'm like, hey guys, we got mediums creeping up the base already. We got Lorraine and a bat chat. Get them off the board. And the team actually listens. They say affirmative. They fall back and they help me get these guys out of here. And watch this bat chat. The moment this Lorraine dies, this bat chat's like, oh, all eyes on me. I gotta get out of here. Yeah, well, you should have thought about that before you go sticking your head up in front of a howitzer. And shot out. That should have killed him. 1,125 damage, but I'll take it. You know, I'm just glad to be hitting things at this point. After hitting him, I realized that the guy that I called out at the beginning of the match, his name is Killer Spartan in the Jag E100. I want to kill him. Why? Because he wants to be a Spartan. I'll show him a Spartan death. Now, I say that, and apparently this guy has some sort of magical force field on his vehicle. Like, right here. If I hit anywhere in that circle, I should be able to damage him with the exception of one specific area. And that's exactly where the round hits. Like, really. Anywhere else in that circle, if it hit, I would at least do some damage. But it hit the one spot where I couldn't do any damage. Go figure. But, I mean, surely he won't get lucky twice. Oh, look, he's pushing. 17. 16. Come on. Get loaded. T92, he's going to nuke somebody. Nope. I'm not loaded. He's still full health. It's a shame. Now, come on. He stops. I'm like, alright, I got this. Shot out. And I miss him again. And I'm like, you know what? I can't hit this guy. Screw it. I'm going to shoot the other side. Oh, lovely. My team is completely potatoed. And now I'm left trying to defend the right flank. So now I fall back to my backside fighting position. In the M55, it helps. In this, not so much. The firing arc is too low in this tank. It's a big gun, but it's actually a pretty straight firing arc. So I cannot hit the shots that I normally would hit with an M55.
HE round ready to fire.
But I don't realize that until it's too late. Look at all of these tanks I could be shooting right now. Ugh, if I was only in the tornado.
Lost all our scouts.
It's a shame. It really is. But, you know, sometimes you get lucky in an arty. And by lucky, I mean absolutely annoyed. When your entire team is just absolutely full of potatoes. And you can see I was backing up while zoomed in to see if I could get just any shot. But it wasn't meant to be. Now there's 3 guys other than me on this team left. Their whole team is alive. I'm looking like I'm going to try to get a sneaky shot on somebody. Why? Because 240 millimeter howitzer, maybe I can sneak up on them. I mean, I am in a super sneaky tank. There's no way anybody will ever see this thing sneaking up on them, right? I mean, come on. Huge gun, slow, no armor. If I get spotted, I'm dead, right? Oh, look. The wolf spies a sheep. He's all by himself. He starts planning his move. He looks down. E100's tunnel vision. E75 is tunnel vision. E75 just fires. And... pow! And the sound alone probably made all of these guys crap themselves. I'm pretty sure at least half these guys lost hit points just from hearing this gun go off. This guy rams me, gives me another 145 damage. I appreciate that, dude. I weigh more than you. You know, that's a thing. But we go down swinging, and you get to see me just absolutely sneak up on that poor lost sheep that was at the back of the pack. 240 millimeters of just absolutely, you should have been paying attention. Oh look, it's Killer Spartan again. Pop. Goodbye, Chieftain. It's a shame. Maybe you were okay.
We can't hold on.
I think you're one of the few people that were on my team. So, how bad was it? 4,400 damage we got. And pretty much the entire team did absolutely nothing. I think 11 out of 15 people got below 1,000 damage in that match. That's insane at tier 10, guys. That's why I get frustrated, and that's why we call them potatoes. If you don't get at least 1,000 damage, you essentially did nothing. Now, if you get one-shotted early on, or if you just happen to come around the wrong corner and get lemming trained, that's one thing. But for 11 people out of 15, that's not possible.
We've got enemies in the area. Take them down
So,
or capture their base.
just try to play it. I mean, we're all going to have bad games, but we shouldn't all have bad games at the exact same time. You know, that's against logic. So, try to play with some tact, you know? And I say tact. Tactics, tact, same thing. Tactile. Now here you'll notice I'm not alone. I've got a few guys with me. I've got Invictus, I've got Mopar, and I have Fat Nightmares. These guys are all ex-Bull members. They've split off. I know some of the Bull guys will give me flack. Oh, you're running with these. I don't care. They're online when I'm playing. They send me an invite, or I think I joined them this time. Oh, and there I take a shot at the Patton, and he hits a billboard that I didn't even realize was there. Look, I'm zooming in. I'm like, really? Really, game? When did they put that there? And he's thinking the same thing. He about died right there. He didn't know it, but he about died. But that billboard saved his life. But look at his position, according to me. Like, please, just stay there. Stay there, little birdie. Shot out. Oh, yeah.
Good night, Irene.
Yep, that one felt pretty good. It's nice to be able to paddle once more. The tornado does his job. God, it's good to be back, folks. It's good to be back. And I know, all those guys will be like, well, I told you he was trolling. Look how OP these arties are. He's so trolling everybody. No, like, it was that bad. That's why you haven't seen very many videos of artillery from the last patch. Like, I was done with it. And that's saying something. I've been through some rough patches. But it's okay. But our team and their team decided to get into a long-range shuffle across the map. And you'll see me take a couple stupid shots. I'll be honest with you. I take some really stupid shots sometimes. That's why my accuracy is only 34%. Now, the M55 hits more than 34% of its shots, usually. I think the best players are right around 43%,
Ready to fire.
but I'm 34% because I will take those shots that I have a very small chance of hitting. Why? Because sometimes they hit. And those shots can, like that. Like, that guy was clearly turning around to drive away. And I pulled the trigger anyway. You're not going to hit a CDC when he's already made his mind up. Now, if he'd have stayed there a little longer, maybe. Oh, hello, Conqueror. Nice to meet you. It's been a long time. You're just a hello. Oh, I like this shot. Shot out. Okay, well. Now you see the building? Now you don't. I like that. No splinters, no broken boards, just straight up disappearing
All our
act.
scouts have been destroyed.
Yep. That might be something to do with Wargaming's new update, but you know, at least my arty's working somewhat. As long as the person using it doesn't
Gun
just
loaded.
shoot at stuff that he has no chance of hitting. I look at the E4 to see if he needs... Nope, he's good. He asks about the Leopard and the Conqueror. Conqueror's the one pushing. I need to stop the Conqueror. So, let's wait for him to get out of the water, because splash damage, but he backs off, and I hit him
We got him.
for 867, and track him. So now he's sitting there, tracked, broadside in front of everybody, and that's gotta be, 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever know. Pop. Where else do you get quality singing? Huh? I mean, where on YouTube can you find a World of Tanks artillery player that sings? It just doesn't happen. It's just me. And there, I take another one of those shots and look at that. Nailed it. Probably splashed him, but that's not the point. I hit the shot. He went dark. There was a slight chance of a hit, but I took the shot. I hit. Now, those other 3 shots that I took that I completely missed, that's, to be honest, pretty bad. Not gonna lie. Hello, Leopard. How you doing? Maybe if you could be so kind as to hide from my friend in perfect spot for me to hit you. Shot out. And he backs up just enough to let the round splash the ground next to him. So I track him and do 391 damage. If he had stayed there for just a little bit longer, pop goes the weasel. We'd be talking about a paddling right now. But that just didn't happen. So, what do? We're artillery. He's hiding behind cover. I'm going to put the shot on the ground next to him. Pow!
Focus on this
That
location.
should have killed him. That literally landed right next to his tank. And he's got no hit points, but that's the beauty of a freaking mercy roll. 28 hit points is what I left him with, folks. That's mean. Just let me kill him, Wargaming. He's gonna die. Let's see. If you're dumb enough to put yourself in a position to get blasted, you're dumb enough to die, okay? And just because I leave you with 28 hit points doesn't mean you're not going to do something stupid and get yourself killed immediately after. I don't think Wargaming thought that one through. And it's not just me. Medium tank drivers, heavy tank drivers, tank destroyers, light tanks, they all having the same issue. No matter what, you will get that one guy that you hit and leave him with no health, and he kills you, and you're like, come on, Wargaming. How's that fair? How does he get left with 12 hit points, and then he kills me? You know, that's not fair. But that's part of the game now. Mercy rolls, 2 patches ago, went into effect. And that's no fun for anybody. It's not even fun for the guy that gets mercy rolled. Like, you know you're gonna die immediately after that. Shot out. Yep, that was a direct hit on the fatherland. He probably not got a lot left. And I'm like, dude, just go in and clean him up. He ain't got much. And then comes the rough part. Now here, if I was back into my normal arty mode of mind, I would move and get closer to these guys.
Loaded and ready.
Why? Because I'm at a 3.7 second flight time.
Fire!
And there I take a shot at the Leopard. and it was nowhere near him because he turned back towards the hill. But there's a leopard, there's a tortoise, there's the Artie, and there's a chieftain, I want to say. And then there's the medium tank that is somewhere. But for the most part, those three tanks that I just mentioned, the tortoise, the leopard, or not the leopard. Yeah, the leopard's right here, dummy. The chieftain, tortoise, leopard, and Artie. It's all four of them. Good lord. I need to just go to bed. This is ridiculous. I'm way off my game. They're like, hey, can you shoot at Artie? I take a shot at the chieftain, and he's like, I know there's an Artie coming. Look at that. Like, he couldn't have made a better turn to get away from that shot if he wanted to. Like, it's almost like he knew exactly where I aimed, and he avoided it. But that's the way it goes sometimes. When you've got a 3.8 second flight time, or in this case, 4.2 second flight time. But all I got to do is get within 5 or 10 feet of this guy. And he looked like he was charging down. I pulled the trigger too early. And if he had taken off again just a tiny bit sooner, he'd be dead. But it wasn't meant to be. Now I've got 2 rounds of regular HE left. And then I start dipping into those really expensive HE rounds. And I'd rather not do that, but some people need to be hit. Shot out. And he stops and pulls forward. Come on. You gotta give me some loving here. You guys gotta get more predictable. Like, what happened to the guys that only moved like a foot forward and a foot back, that stayed essentially in the exact same spot while they did that? Now the tortoise is pushing out on our dude who's almost dead, and he bounces us around. Now our Waffle is going to absolutely ruin his day, but the Waffle is out of ammo. I take a shot at the chieftain, thinking the chieftain was going to take off after the Waffle, realizing the Waffle is unloaded, but he doesn't. He falls back to shoot at the greenie that's all the way across the map. Dude, if you guys had just pushed right there, you might have won the match. But didn't happen. Now it's down to the chieftain and the tortoise. I take a shot at the tortoise, and he continues to back up. Like, they're just mixing it up enough to where I'm not able to hit them from this range. There's too much time. And then the rounds are landing just outside of even these premium high explosives splash radius. But it happens. You can't win. You can't hit every shot. I take the shot on the tortoise there, and nothing. Like, that felt like it was going to be the one. The ghost shell. The one where you fire it, and then all of a sudden the guy dies. And leave it to the Waffle. The Waffle absolutely cleans house. Now
that's how you do it.
Watch this. 8 hits by me. That's a pretty decent game. So 4,400 damage by me, almost a Gore's medal, but not quite. My other 2 people in my platoon ended up putting up over 15,500 damage between the 3 of us. That's absolutely ridiculous for a 3-man platoon. Talk about carried. Yeah, that team was definitely carried. But if you like what I'm doing, punch that like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Have a great weekend.